Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys, to Baby Got Stacks.
This week, episode 25.
I know, it's wild. And this is our first book of March.
March pick.
Yes.
Our first YA rom-com?
Yeah, we wanted to keep the rom-com, I guess, going.
I'm trying to think, what was the other YA we did?
The Red, White, and Royal Blue is...
Oh, I always forget that. I guess that is a rom-com.
Is YA, right?
Yeah, it is. Well... Oh, that's my dog whining.
He's got a lot to say.
I don't even know where... I can't see him.
We read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter.
Yes.
And I didn't realize that I'm still wanting to read Accidentally Amy, which is an adult book. And so I'm curious on... Since this
her
is
writing
YA,
goes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I had heard a lot about this book. I hadn't really heard the synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people whose book recommendations I tend to liked this one. So I went for it.
Yeah. And you bought this.
I got you a copy.
Mm-hmm.
And so shall we say our rating? Just off the top? Or do you want to read the back first?
I can read the back first. Then should we answer the questions that sometimes like...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have those
I know
somewhere.
It's young adult, but...
Yeah, no, I wish they still should know.
Liz, I always say her last name.
Buxbaum. That's how I say it in my head.
I say Buxbaum.
Oh. Fascinating.
Okay. Liz Buxbaum has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think... we'll just say Liz. Liz has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next-door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome, severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones, perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush Michael has just moved back to town, and horribly unknowingly, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully to be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes, and as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after should really look like.
Alright. Questions and then we'll rate it?
Mm-hmm. And
First,
then we'll give our ratings, yeah.
The tropes.
I would say enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers. Kind of second chancey.
Yeah, and I almost want to say
or
like
childhood
friends.
crush.
Yeah, and almost like maybe friends to lovers, because I mean, it's got that kind of going.
Oh, Reginald.
You got a lot to say?
Alright, spice rating. 0. Nothing spicy. It's a YA. So
there's one, like, makeout.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's as far as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, couple believability.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, slow burn?
Yeah.
I would say yeah, because it's literally till the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think happens to the leads after the ending?
I think they stay together.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the end, but I don't want to say the sacrifices that they made. I mean, but the choices that they made to stay together.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna make it work.
Would you fall for either?
I feel like I'd fall for Wes.
I kind of into Wes.
I liked Wes.
I liked Wes. He was funny. If there were to be a sequel, would you read it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to see them in college.
Yeah?
I could see that.
How'd you like the writing?
I really liked the writing.
I liked it.
I think they had a really good amount of banter that I was actually surprised was in the book.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was YA.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting it... I don't know. I wasn't expecting, like, too much.
Right.
But it had a good
it was
amount
still
of banter.
Fun. It was believable. Like, I could see them actually... They made and sounded like actual teenagers.
This book reminded me of the movie... I cannot think... It's in... Like, it's a 3-part book. And it's... She writes the letter, the P.S. I love you.
Oh, P.S. I think it's P.S. I love you.
Is okay.
Something like that? I know what you're talking about on Netflix.
Those ones are YA books, and it had
Yeah.
that vibe.
I actually literally wrote down, it gave me like a Cinderella story, Princess Diaries, like that kind of
Yes.
younger love story.
Yeah.
That was still funny and watchable. And like,
I could
really liked it. Yeah.
I could see that. Well, I gave it a 5 out of 5.
I gave it a 5.
I
loved
absolutely
it.
loved this book.
It was so cute.
Oh my god.
My only gripe, which obviously wasn't bad enough for me to lower anything off of the star rating, was the chapters were long.
They were. So I do this thing at night when I get into reading. I try to end on a chapter because I'm very notorious for if I end in the middle of a chapter, I don't remember. What happened. And yeah, there were some nights where I was like, I'm going to have to end in the middle because it's getting late.
Yeah.
And we're not anywhere near.
And for me, I'd be like, oh, I can bring it with me to work. And like in my little breaks, I can just read a chapter. But they're so long that I couldn't finish. And I'm not going to start reading it if I know I'm not going to be able to finish the chapter. So there would have been more times for me to read it if it were shorter. But I mean, this was still so good.
I really liked... So... With every chapter, speaking of the chapters, they had movie quotes from famous rom-coms.
So cute.
It.
And there's a playlist, which a lot of rom-com books have now. But I liked that this one's at the end. So you only see it after you've seen the couple get together.
And they talk about
the playlist.
So the big thing with this book, why rom-coms are very prominent, is because Liz lost her mom when she was young, and I know they said her age.
It was like 5th grade, something like that.
I don't really remember. And her mom loved rom-com movies, and so that was like their thing. And so rom-coms are a safe space for her.
And she loves music, so she always loves the soundtracks, and she'll like any event, she'll make a playlist for it and like think about what song matches that moment.
Yeah, so she's going into her senior year. Michael was a boy that she had fallen in love with when she was very young.
I think it's in like kindergarten.
Probably.
There was like the local neighborhood kids, and they were a little group, and he was part of it.
And he moved away the same year, month?
I think it was like a couple months later her mom died.
Yeah. And so he's back. And she obviously wants to get with him and get him to notice her. And then she sees that Wes, who is the next door neighbor kid, talking to Michael, and she's like, "Oh crap! Like they're best friends, they're
already,
buddy. And I'm gonna need to get Wes."
And Liz has a best friend named Jocelyn, Josh, and knows that Liz is gonna be obsessed with Michael, and it's like he's already talking to the girl called Lainey.
Which I'm gonna be honest, sometimes Jocelyn's character pissed me off.
It was a bit melodramatic.
Because she was really judging Liz.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, Liz kept trying to put off prom dress shopping. And her reason was reasonable.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do stuff like that, especially seeing Jocelyn with her mom. And then having to relive, like, my mom's not here. And all this stuff.
Senior year, a lot of stuff happens, and she'd always picture her parents.
Yeah.
But her mom's not there.
And so Jocelyn gets, like, all butthurt because she keeps pushing it off.
And Liz never tells her why until the very end. But on Joss's part,
if you're her best friend,
that should have clicked.
Exactly.
That, like, especially when you're like, oh, my mom's going to take us dress shopping. And come on, it should have registered.
Yeah.
But also in my head, I picture Joss as the goth girl in Mean Girls. That's what she looked like in my head. I don't know about you, but that's what she was in mine.
Well, in my head, Lainey looked like Jocelyn from Bob's Burgers in my head. For some reason,
really
Lainey,
funny.
In my head, it was just Jocelyn. I don't know why. I don't know.
That's funny.
But so, Liz and Wes, since they live next door to each other, there's one spot out...
Prime street parking
that they fight constantly over. And so she was like, well, I'll give you the spot forever if you land me with Michael. Yeah. And so the book is Wes helping Liz.
Oh, so I guess one of the tropes is kind of light fake dating. they're
Yeah,
not
kind
actually
of.
dating, but they kind of heavily hint that
Yeah,
maybe they are.
Because they want Michael to see, like, oh, she's dateable.
Yeah, Michael sees her as the nice little
Liz.
weirdo that he left when they were so young.
Yeah.
And she's, I kind of hate the word quirky, but she
gonna
wears
say
weird,
quirky.
like,
Yeah.
Mrs. Fizz, magic school bus teacher.
Frizz.
Like, she wears those kind of dresses, and she wears dresses constantly to school, and...
To the point where she wears one to a party, and Michael thinks that she's wearing a waitress outfit.
Yeah, he's like, oh, where do you work?
And she's like, the diner? He's like, oh, the diner? I know that. And she's like, oh.
Yeah, the diner.
Yeah, and then she gets vomited on.
Oh, God.
And, but we're noticing that when she gets a little bit closer to Michael, things are happening. She gets vomited on. One of the guys throws a basketball accidentally, smacks her in the face.
Smacked in the face.
But every single time, Wes is always there. And she's starting to notice, okay, Wes might not be as bad as he, like, she thought he was.
Since she loves rom-coms so much, she's, like, set that Michael's, like, the guy that she's gonna end up with. And she's like, oh, like, okay, all these weird instances are just, like, coincidence.
Yeah.
But, like, took her stepmom, Helena, to say, like, oh, fate really doesn't want you guys together. And she starts questioning, like, maybe I'm not supposed to end up with Michael, back and forth.
Yeah, and, she's like, Michael kept saying that Wes likes Liz, and she's like, no.
Yeah, he kept trying to help his buddy.
Yeah, and so there's, like, all these little instances where they're helping each other throughout the whole book. And... like I said, then you start seeing, okay, maybe Wes isn't as bad. And there are some cute-ass moments in this book.
The secret area.
With the marshmallows.
Also, his fairy lines.
When he was running and saw her at her mom's grave. So Liz goes on runs, even though they're not runs, just to go to the cemetery
runs
and
to
talk
go
to her mom every day. Which I was like, oh my
That's really
God.
sweet.
And, yeah, there's some moments where he's super sweet.
When he gives her his clothes when she gets thrown up on, and like the sweats are like hanging so low, and like he like twists and holds it up. Which, if she's a senior, how the hell does she get a tattoo?
Probably poke stick or stick.
But apparently, I mean, it must be a really good one because like they knew what it was. Anyway, that was just a weird thing. I'm like,
I
how?
had a friend in high school that had a stick poke tattoo.
Oh.
Wait, what?
That's how I pictured how young people got tattoos.
Oh, yeah, and she wanted a strawberry, and our friend was like, I can't draw a strawberry.
How about I just poke you until it makes an image?
So I think he did a heart. And then she was like, Ashley, you're next. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'll make good life decisions.
I waited for the professional ones.
Yeah.
I was like, no. But yeah, I absolutely fell in love with...
It was just so sweet.
So then one night, they go to the movies at
Michael's
house. Is it? Oh, it is Michael's, because they go upstairs and play the piano. And then she's realizing, it's
Wes.
It's Wes.
And she's saying this, not that it's Wes, but saying like, oh, sometimes the person you really want has been in front of you all along. And this inspires Michael to be like, well, Lainey hasn't been giving me a straight answer. I think she's still hung up on her ex. I think I'm supposed to ask Liz.
Yeah, that was hard. And then that night, they're driving, and so Liz's mom was killed by a drunk driver, and so her dad's very strict on curfew.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
Yeah, which I can get it. Yeah. I get it. And so Liz and Wes are driving, and it's super rainy, and Wes loses control. Luckily, obviously, nothing happens to them.
Yeah, he managed to dodge a car and a tree. They just kind of fell in like a ditch kind of a thing.
Or whatever to stop them. And then they start making out in the back. Or the front? I don't know.
In the front, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then they start making out, and then it was really cute. But then, I don't know. Wes, so I think it's the following day. I can't remember the time frame, but I think it's the next day. Michael is waiting for Liz out in the parking lot, asking her like this big promposal. Which I never had that.
No, that's a lot of work.
And she wants to say no.
Yeah,
but it's also in front of a ton of people.
It's in front of everybody, and then she
Including
notices Wes
and so,
next to Alex.
Yeah, so Alex is a girl that Liz knows likes Wes.
Huge crush on Wes.
Yeah. So she says yes, because she doesn't say it yes at
immediately,
first.
Yeah.
To the point where Michael's like, this is embarrassing.
Like, I have places to go.
Can you say yes or no?
Yeah, but she sees Wes, like, arm around Alex, like, giving her a thumbs up. And she's like, oh, I guess he actually does like Alex. So I'll say yes to Michael.
It killed me.
What I really appreciated was all the misunderstandings and miscommunication was believable. It was like realistic. It wasn't like frustrating where like you could have just sold them. But all this was like, it made sense. And especially for teenagers.
Like high school drama.
Yeah, I could really, it just was realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't mad or anything. I was just like, no.
I know. So then prom comes around and she's dancing with Michael and she realizes, you know what, like screw it. If I'm not going to be here with Wes, I don't want to be here at all. And
she tells Michael, you know, just go ask Lainey.
Yeah.
Like, go find her.
Well, yeah, because she went to the bathroom and Lainey was in there and she was like,
right.
Michael likes you, but he thinks you're hung up on your ex. Like, you should go and talk to him.
Yeah.
And so then Michael was like, and thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Michael, you sweet man. And then she finds Jocelyn in a closet.
Yeah, she goes to try to hide and she already sees Jocelyn hiding.
So then they kind of have...
They make up.
And then
Noah?
Yeah, Noah comes in, and then Noah and Jocelyn start talking.
Yeah.
And so she, like, kind of leaves. And...
Well, they all leave to an after party, but they drop Liz off at home.
Yeah. And so she's hanging out, and she's like, I'm going to tell Wes how I feel. I'm going to leave a note.
I'm going to do it.
And so she's waiting out in the secret area.
She has a radio, like, s'mores, and she made a playlist. She like printed on a CD. She was ready, and she left the note on the porch so when he came home, he'd come back around.
She hears the door shut. She goes, "Oh, he's home. Perfect." Then she hears the second door shut, and I was like,
"Oh, panic!" Yeah, she's like scrambling.
She accidentally throws the marshmallows into the pond.
Tries to like kick the radio into the forest.
Yeah, she accidentally kicks the radio. The batteries go flying. So she's trying to find it, and then they come back and they're like, Liz? And she's like, oh, I was trying to find my cat. And he's like,
your cat's an inside cat.
So then she starts talking about a penny.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I dropped a penny. And, you know, you never know how much you appreciate the penny until you've lost a penny. And my stepmom just throws away pennies, but I think they're really valuable, and you just never... It's like this whole...
And Alex was like, do you need a penny?
Do you need to borrow money? She's like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna go home even though I'm penniless. And then she goes and drives to get McDonald's. Is it McDonald's that she goes? Yeah, she just eats in her car.
Yeah, I am trying to find. Let me see if I can find it of her
penny rant.
The penny rant has me dying.
The penny rant. And what was funny, extra funny, was that like that's very believable, like rambling when you're like nervous.
Oh yeah, she's like, "What did you drop?" And he's like, it was money, a penny. I dropped a penny and it rolled away. So yeah, I was just out here looking for my penny. It was lucky." And he's like, and she goes, "Penny, yep, it doesn't matter. I don't need it. The penny, you know? I mean, who needs a penny, am I right?" She's like, "My stepmom throws them away, for God's sake." And she's like, what'd she say? It's weird how sometimes there can be a penny that's like always there and you think you don't need it and you don't even like it, right? Then you wake up one day and your eyes are open to just how amazing pennies are, how you've not noticed them before, right? They're like the best coins ever. And Alex is like, "Liz, do you need to borrow some money?" But
she goes and gets her fast food and she just parks in the spot because he parked in the driveway and she's eating her food, being all sad that like, I missed my chance. And then he knocks on the window and she's like, hello. She's like, "What do you need?" He was like, "Well, for starters, I need you to explain what happened earlier." And she was like, "Are you talking about when I lost mine?" He's like, "Nope, do not say penny." She's like, "Sorry, lucky coin." I do love her remarks.
He goes, really? You're sticking to that?
And he's like, well, I need you to tell me what the hell that was, because I was really starting to think the penny was me.
I know. And then he was like, you burning me this unbelievable CD.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're sending me mixed signals. Just tell me. It was so cute.
Yeah. Well, and then, this is what where is it? He was like, you're wrong about Alex. She's not flawless. And they're like, Bennett, no one is totally flawless. Come on. I couldn't believe his nerve. She's pretty dang close, though, I suppose. You suppose? She was like, what on earth could she possibly be lacking? Do you want bigger boobs or something?
Yeah.
Is she not? And he goes, she's not you. And she goes, what? And he goes, she isn't you. I was dying inside. It's like, this is the type of rom-com that I need.
It's so just like pure-hearted. It's
like,
so cute.
It's cheesy.
In such a sweet, adorable way.
I loved it so much.
And like, he at one point took her shopping. He's like, you have red hair, white and green are your color. Or like, when she was prom dress shopping, he asked for a picture of her prom dress.
Oh, he did say enemies to lovers, it's our trope.
Ugh. It's the cutest. It's the cutest. Your mom would like this one.
Oh, it's so cute. I just loved it. Their banter was
I know.
way better than I anticipated.
It was so natural.
So then at the end, she's leaving for UCLA to basically become the person
like a music curator,
yeah, that makes the soundtracks for everything. And he's surprisingly like really, really good at baseball.
Oh god, her talking about baseball with him though is always so funny. It's like, are you a hitter? And he's like, you're not allowed to talk about baseball until you know what you're talking about.
And so he decides that he is going to go to UCLA with her. And he wanted to make it very clear to her that it was not because of her and that they can break up at any time. That
line was so good. What was it exactly?
Because she's very scared to leave her mom's.
Yeah, like then she's moving away from the only place she knew her mom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, he says, so we're totally free to dump each other in Cali without any weird guilt. This is just a freak accident that we're going to the same school, not any love bullshit.
I love it. No,
it's so good.
And it ends with them
leaving. And, like, he likes the cat, which shout out to Mr. Fitzpervert.
Thank you for bringing him up because I wanted to...
Mr. Fitzpervert.
I also liked how this book had, like, text messages in it, but it wasn't annoying.
It was, like, just enough to get the point across, but it wasn't so much that you're getting, like, whole storylines through it.
Like, this book makes me really want to read Accidentally Amy. So, I think I've talked about it before. Accidentally Amy is another Lynn Painter book that I've been trying to find, and I can't. I can only find some other ones of her books. But basically, it's about a girl who goes into a coffee shop, doesn't not want to wait in line, so when they call out Amy, she just grabs the drink, and she sees this really hot guy, and he's like, oh, like, you're Amy? And so then they start talking, and she's like, well, that's fine. I can pretend to be Amy because he's never going to see me again. But then she goes to her brand new job, and he's the CEO of the company. And she's like, oh, no.
Here we go.
And so I'm pretty sure I don't think it's enemies to lovers. I think I don't know what the trope's called when you, like boss.
It could, yeah, boss. I think it's just called boss.
Oh, okay. Well.
Something like that. I also wanted to mention, I don't know if you looked over her acknowledgments in the back, but the last line of it is, and last but not least, thank you to Starbucks, Spaghetti Works, Rockstar Energy Drinks, and McDonald's. You truly are the wind beneath my wings.
Oh, wow. That is great.
I also wanted to give you some book news with Lynn Painter that I found out.
Oh. Well, I also want to mention, I love the cover. So the cover has
so cute.
Pretty famous rom-com moments.
Poses, yeah.
So, like Dirty Dancing when he throws her up. The Notebook when they're kissing in the rain.
Yeah.
I don't remember
the boombox. I always forget the movie of that when he's out there with the boombox.
I don't know the one with them kissing in the snow.
I don't know that one either. The foot pop.
The foot pop.
Very Princess Diaries. Yes. I don't know if that's actually what it is. And then there's one with a dog.
Yeah.
I also love there's little hearts like Bridget Jones plus Mark Darcy. I love the Tom Hanks plus everyone.
Harry plus Sally. Yeah. Very, very good. Okay.
All right. The book news is There's a book called Better Than the Prom, which is 30 pages long. It's technically 1.5 of this, and it's just Wes's perspective from prom on.
Oh, dear God.
So it gets his angle. Yep. And coming fall 2024, Nothing Like the Movies, the sequel of them in college. Yeah.
Why did that give me chills?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I am learning about this for the very first time.
I'm so excited.
Wait, when does Wes's Point come out?
That's already out.
Well,
and it's super short, so I don't know. I don't know if it's in book form or if you have to buy an ebook of it. I don't know, because it's just from prom to the end of this book. I'm pretty sure.
If it's ebook, then I'm screwed. But
I don't know.
Oh,
well, here's our favorite segment.
Yeah.
1-star reviews.
Thanks to Mel letting me borrow her phone because mine's at 1%. And
probably not anymore. It's probably just dead.
Yeah, because I haven't typed it. So this book overall has 4.3 stars, 114,700 ratings.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. These 1 stars are going to kill me because I absolutely
I adore this book.
Someone rated it, well, I was going to say someone rated it 1 star. Well, that's what we're doing. This is honestly just such a painful read from start to finish, and I cannot believe so many of you had convinced me I would enjoy it.
They're wrong.
I didn't feel the enemies to lovers aspect of the book. Liz was annoying the shit out of me because she was lying all the time and just straight up selfish. This star is only for Wes.
Okay, that's valid. Wes deserves his own star.
I finished this because I couldn't sleep one night. Terrible. Eye roll. Everyone... Oh, I'm going to assume makes my blood boil. Because it just says everyone in this book makes my blood.
Makes my blood.
Yeah, a lot of these are like DNF. Why is this book so slow?
What? It's too
I thought there was no
cute.
chemistry between Liz and Wes at all, honestly.
What?
I don't know.
They're
about
single and will be forever.
Okay. Why do I keep reading books with shitty writing?
I really like the writing.
The main character is kind of a crappy person.
She was going through a lot. She's a teenager.
I had to fight my way through this. Yeah.
What?
I honestly think that this book would be a very good movie.
Exactly what I was thinking. If this were a movie, it'd be perfect. If Netflix, well, maybe Hulu. I don't know. Netflix has been not exactly on a roll with their movies, but this would make a great movie about movies.
Pissing me off with the whole password thing.
I don't remember my password ever, and I'm not typing it out on a remote controller.
Off of you.
Yeah. All right. I got some questions.
Okay. God, I'm so excited that the sequel's coming out. You guys have no idea. Oh my god, this has made my entire night.
All right. Team Michael or Team Wes?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Wes.
I do like Wes. But were you the whole time?
I mean, I really wanted them to get together.
I really liked Wes, but I felt so bad for Michael. I didn't want Michael to be like left out in the dust.
Yeah, I'm glad Lainey and him got together.
I'm glad Lainey didn't turn out to be the total bitch.
I really, in my mind, pictured her as Jocelyn.
That's really funny.
The entire time.
I like that.
I thought.
All right. Favorite character?
Fitz pervert. No.
Honestly, I almost want to say Helena, the stepmom. I really like her.
She was pretty cool.
She was pretty cool, mom. Stepmom.
I felt bad for her.
I know.
So Liz and Helena get into a pretty big argument because she feels like if she likes Helena, then her mom kind of disappears and goes on the back burner, and she doesn't want her to
she doesn't want to lose her mom. Yeah.
And so she gets into a pretty
like
big
normal
fight.
Stepmother, stepdaughter issues, especially when you're a teen, already going through a difficult time without your mom, plus having to
and it's senior
navigate
year,
life
it's
without
a lot of things. Yeah.
Like I understood all of the problems. Like I didn't like.
I think everyone that rated this a 1 star.
Yeah, what the hell?
Crazy.
I wasn't frustrated with her at all, and a lot of times I'm frustrated by decisions that they make. But I understood all her decisions.
Like I said, you have to read this book in this perspective of a young adult.
Yeah.
And it honestly wasn't hard for me to do.
No. And
I really,
I will say, the writing, I think it helped because it wasn't too young. So it wasn't like annoying to read or childish to read, but it was still like how I remember thinking as a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the frustration she was feeling.
Mid-20s.
Oh, dear God.
I know.
Oh.
But this was a very good young adult book.
I really like it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
All right. Before you read this, did you think you were going to like it?
I thought I was based off of the front of the book.
It's a good cover.
I am a sucker for a rom-com.
Yeah.
I've watched The Notebook and cried at The Notebook too many times. I mean, I own every Nicholas Spark book.
I've never seen The Notebook still.
It's... I mean, I don't know if you'd cry, but I cry every time. And then Dirty Dancing is one of my favorite books. And that was Graham and I's movie. I've got that on DVD. And so, I mean, Patrick Swayze in that. Chef's kiss. So, yeah. I think I was going to like this. I was a little worried with it being the young adult genre.
It's always iffy.
So, I was a little worried about that. But after the first chapter, like, even the banter.
I was in.
Yeah.
I was in. Most important one.
Oh, God.
Would you go to a burger place that served burgers on a napkin?
Probably.
I don't.
You have to understand, I grew up in the country.
I was gonna say, it'd have to be in a pretty small town where I saw like the whole town at that restaurant. Be like, all right, I'll try it.
Like I said, I grew up out in the country. That probably wasn't something that I like. Hell, I probably
would have thought twice about it.
Yeah, I used to climb trees and make mud pies.
Well, I don't know if I want a restaurant serving me food just on a rogue napkin. Know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if it's like on a plate but wrapped in a napkin? Like it's not.
I guess that's fine.
That's what I pictured it.
Oh,
like in even one of those like little paper boats or whatever. But like wrapped in a napkin instead of like
I thought it was just
paper.
on a napkin.
Oh,
that's what I pictured.
Okay, if it's just on a napkin, then you know.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at.
But if it's like wrapped,
that's
in
what
a
I was.
Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Okay.
That was my question. Okay, that's what I got.
Well, I got nothing.
I read it. It was really good. I don't know.
Read it. No, this isn't terribly long. It
was like 350.
Wow, did you?
Did I actually nail that?
Well, this is 349.
Hell yeah.
And then it's
the playlist.
Yeah. Wow.
Nailed it.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, this book, I know it's a good book when I have a really hard time putting it down, but I know I have to go to sleep for work.
I just wanted them together, so I had to keep going. It made my heart happy.
Just the lines when he said, "She isn't you," I died. That's all the girls ever want to know.
What they say to each other, and you can tell that he likes her, like, throughout and some of the stuff he says. Yeah, go read it. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This won't be the last book we read from her.
No,
I'm gonna check out more.
Accidentally Amy. There is in the back of the book. There's a snippet from one of her other.
It's like the do-over or something like that.
Do-over.
Oh wow! Look at me go.
Jesus.
Damn.
That's another YA rom-com book.
Okay.
So.
Well, I might check that one out. I'm gonna try to find how to get Better Than the Prom to get Wes's perspective, and then
I need that.
We have to wait till next year for the sequel.
At least it's coming. Oh, thank God. Well, we do have some exciting things that are happening.
Yeah, we have a couple bonus episodes eventually coming your way. We recorded a book haul when we went up to Portland for our bookstore trip.
Yes.
Where we go all out.
And you can hear the horror in our voices.
I know. With every book we say to you guys, we just get more panicked of like, oh God, there's still more.
Yeah.
And another bonus episode, we will be starting tomorrow, bright and early, 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
We are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. We kind of ended up having a little theme of romance somehow. We just have a lot of romance we want to get to.
Yeah, there's a lot of romance.
Yeah.
There's some, like, faster romance and dark romance.
A lot of subgenre of romance.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of romance that I've gotten recently that I've really wanted to read.
I have a lot of romance series I want to get through.
That you want to finish, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we stocked up on snacks and energy drinks. We're going to hit a local coffee shop tomorrow morning. And we'll let you know what books we're reading and how the progression of us being awake for 24 hours. We're not doing we'll read 24 hours with pauses in between. No.
No, we're going straight 24 hours.
Through.
And I mean, obviously we'll stop to eat and stuff. But
I'll feed you, you feed me.
Okay. I will let you guys know we tried this in the past.
Yeah.
But we made a mistake. Because we decided, we would change our bodies and we would sleep during the day so we could read during the night.
We slept in as late as we could, and then it was like 6 or 7 when we decided we'd start, and we made it to like daybreak.
I think we made it to 6.
Yeah.
We might have went 12 hours.
Yeah. We made a decent way, but then we pooped out. So we're trying the reverse method.
Yeah.
Waking up early to start early.
So we have at least the whole day, and maybe if we start at like 6 a.m. and we go to 2 or 3.
I'm hoping the sunlight will help.
We're going to do something different.
I almost think maybe, not to go read at a park, but maybe we can go to Starbucks or something.
Oh.
Just to get like a different change of scenery. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. Because if I get too comfy cozy on the couch...
We're going to pass out.
I'm out.
I'm
out. You know what I mean? We'll see how the day goes.
Yeah, I wish this was during the summer so we could go read outside.
Yeah,
it's crappy weather
could
here in Oregon.
snow, it could hail, it could rain. We don't know.
That was all last week.
That was literally within like 2 days.
Yeah. So we're going to see how it goes. I think I have 10 books that I brought because 2 of them are smaller. So I'm thinking I could get done with them.
And hopefully. Like rom-com books, we tend to read faster anyway.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for those ones.
Yes.
And next week's episode is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. Very excited. It'll be my first of his books.
I am about 20 pages in maybe, and it's really good.
That's exciting.
I'm still very upset that... So I was just like going through the book because there's illustrations in it, and I realized that someone ripped a chunk of the book out.
At least it was a chapter beginning for at least the front part.
What it is. So
I'll send you a picture of that page when you get there.
Well, it's going to be 4 pages because 2 of the pages are...
Oh, fuck. I thought it was just 1.
No, it's
God
1,
damn
2,
it.
3, 4. So it's 2 pages, but they're both front and back.
A good chunk of a quarter.
Mom said that if you send me photos of them and I text them to her and I'll email them, she can print them off and then put them in the book.
I'll do that for you.
She goes, you guys will get a laugh at this. She goes, well, do you remember where you got it from? Mom, I have more books than you realize. Do you think I remember where I get books? No.
Not a specific book.
Not that book.
I definitely. Who knows when we bought it even?
I don't even know. I know it was a local one because it says 12 something like in the corner, and it's written in pencil. So I don't know.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens when I get there. But so far it's very good.
I'm really excited because I accidentally have all of his books somehow. So I really hope I like his writing because this would be a bummer.
Like I said, so far I really like it.
And I don't think it's a horror.
No.
It's just thriller.
Thriller, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we got for you this week. We have our full reading schedule for March up on our Instagram at Baby Gusta's Podcast. Yeah. We may be posting our first video on TikTok.
We'll see how.
Go check that out. See if we did. Baby Gusta's Podcast on there too.
I'll watch we didn't.
That'd be awkward.
We'll see. We're gonna try. We're gonna try with the books that we're
gonna give it our
read tomorrow.
Best.
We really are.
Our best try.
Well,
because I kind of know how it works. Wow.
It's almost 11.
Holy smokes.
At 5.
Yeah, we need to go to bed.
So we need to go to bed.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, and we will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.